this here. Pastor Joel did it. He did a phenomenal job. And I want to, oh man. I didn't have breakfast this morning. I'm stronger, a little bit stronger than that. But we're going to do something dynamic this morning. If you feel, this is what I'm feeling that it's going to happen today. Some of us have to be at the edge of saying, I'm completely done with this. I'm completely done with this. For many years, these things have been haunting me. And I'm completely finished, done. I don't want to have it in my life anymore. So as I'm preaching, I want. This is going to sound weird, but I want you to feel, if I'm preaching and I'm mentioning some of the giants that you've been facing for so many years, and you said, this is it. I want a prophetic act that you guys can come up here, and as I'm preaching, if you feel to come and punch it. That is pretty nice. If you feel like it, this is it, I want you to have that prophetic act and come up here and punch that thing. So let me start with saying some things that I feel it's important. Time doesn't fix anything. For some of us have the ability, the idea to think, oh, time will fix it. Whatever you don't address, if you don't face it today, it will haunt you tomorrow. The things that you don't face today will haunt you tomorrow. And for some of us, we say, no, I see, if I can just forget about it and don't address it, maybe that will disappear. Things in life will not disappear if you don't face it. And some of us have the ability, and we say that because we are afraid to actually face our giants. And some of us, we go around the mountain and we make a lot of excuses to not face what is really bothering us. So we take and say, let me blame my mom, let me blame my dad, let me blame this one, let me blame that one, because it's simply you don't want to face it. For so many years, your family have been saying you have an anger issue. And you said, I don't have any anger issue. But you know you do, but you go around. That's my personality. And you make a lot of justification, a lot of excuses to say, I'm not going to face it. But I'm praying today to unveil those things in your life. And for once and for all, you get it on. I'm going to give you an example why time doesn't fix anything. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 25 to 27. And see that put on the new self, created after his likeness, God in true righteousness and holiness. Therefore, having put away falsehood, let each one speak the truth with his neighbor, for our members, one another. I'm going to go ahead. Be angry and do not sin. Don't let the sun go down to anger. Some of us have deal, and this is a free one because this is not actually a giant that I have prepared for you. Some have this problem with unforgiveness. And unforgiveness tends to be a hidden giant that we don't reach out, that we don't touch, and we keep it there. And some of us, unforgiveness have a different part of it. It doesn't come by itself. It comes with a group of spirits. And unforgiveness will take you to, will give birth to a root of bitterness. And that root of bitterness is like a cancer that will contaminate your body and will destroy your family, destroy everything. I compare giants at this. I see there's three types of giant, Justin. The giant that will stop you, the giants that will slow you down, and the giants that will kill you. If I'm going to go ahead and repeat it again. The giants that will stop you, the giants that will slow you down, and the giants that will kill you. Let me start with the giants that will stop you. And I'm trying to be calm because I'm about to get excited and slap you in a couple of seconds. So if you see me getting close to you, I'm about to slap you. I'm going to slap you. You're going to be the first one. The first giant that I want to address this morning is the giant of your past. The giant of your past can be sometimes a hidden giant that you don't even realize it, that you have it in your life. I always say a past is a good advisor, but it's the worst GPS that you can have. If your past is your GPS, it will take you back to the same place that you failed. And some of us have the giant of our past that is so in our life that we don't even know. I compare that as a dead weight. And some of us have so much dead weight that is so tiring to fight. Can you guys come to? Can I have Rosie come here? Some of us have this coming into our life, and I feel the giant of the past, it tends to be this. When are you going to see Justin fighting by himself right now and nothing, come on, Justin, get some moved. Get some moved, come on, make it a little excited. There you go, that's fine. When we don't realize that our past is hunting us, come on, Rosie, come here, sweetie. This is what we do. The Bible says the unforgiveness is like having someone in your back, a dead weight. And some of us, I don't know if it happens to you, say, if it's God, why I feel so overwhelmed? If this is God, why do I feel so bad? Because you're carrying dead weight that shouldn't be with you in this season. There are some people that shouldn't be with you this season. There are some attitudes that shouldn't be with you this season. So when we fight with our past on, this is what we do. So we are so concerned to not repeat anything. Tell me the same, that there's only one hand that he can apply, because we don't realize that we have a dead weight in our back. Justin, do better than that, buddy. Come on, you can do better than that. Why you're not using this hand? That you're not using anything. What are you doing? What happened to you? There is a dead weight that is holding you back. You can pray, you can intercede until you address and you have a meeting with your past and say, the divorce of my parents will not haunt me anymore. The situations that I've been through will not haunt me anymore. My past will not haunt me anymore. I'm deciding to take the dead weight out of my shoulder and one for all hit that giant. Once and for all, I'm addressing the trauma. Once and for all, I'm saying I'm now using the divorce of my parent as a dead weight in my life. One and for all. This is it. A lot of you are wanting to start businesses, but because you had a situation in the past, you don't want to right now. Address your dead weight. Address your dead weight. It's time to address it. It's time to take it off. It's time to shake it off. How many years you're going to be complaining about the same thing over and over and over? It's not the president. It's not the White House. It's not the laws in America. It's not the schools. It's all about own your caca. I'm going to keep going because you're not really excited. Thank you. Don't get too tired. Get the weight off your shoulders. Justin, get the weight out of your shoulders. Wait for it a second. I'm going to reach out to you. The second giant that I'm facing this morning is the giant of fear. You know, 99% of what you feel will never happen. 99% of the things you're fearing right now will never happen. Fear is a spirit. Fear is not a feeling. Fear is a spirit. The Bible says, I have not given you the spirit of fear. I have not given you the spirit. Fear is not a feeling. Fear is a spirit. It's a demonic spirit that, you know, a lot of us, through COVID-19, we gave access to that fear spirit. And right now you're stuck in your job because you don't want to start a new business because fear is holding you down. Some of you would say, I want a wife, I want a husband, but I don't know if I should do it because this is the point that you have to shake it off and say, I cancel the spirit of fear. Fear is a distorted picture of the reality of the kingdom. Fear is a distorted picture of the reality of the kingdom. You know, fear is a hidden giant. This is the point that you may not like it. Listen to this one. Maturity, being mature in the kingdom of God, madurez. In the kingdom of God is not the ability to obey God when He says yes. True maturity is the ability to obey God when He says no. We do agree with God when He says yes. Let me do the left. When He says yes, let's do it, Father. Let's do it. But when God closes a door in your life, fear comes. Because we don't know how to interpret it when He says no. And that's what I feel. We all want, speak to me through the fire. Speak to me through the fire. Speak to me through the fire. And when calm comes with a very soft noise, you say, no, that cannot be God. That cannot be God. Maturity and fear comes when we don't get to hear God's no. And I don't know if you get this point. I have one more victories by hearing the no from God than by hearing the yes from Him. Is this making sense? Is this making sense? This is what the Lord is saying to me. This is what He's saying to me. I am going to close more doors this year than the doors that I'm going to open. And for you will be like I'm against you, but I'm actually protecting you, and I'm moving you from a shotgun to a rifle. You've been, okay. Listen to this one. When God closes a door, that doesn't mean that He's closing all the doors. You've been trying to see God this way, and God is saying, no, I'm closing some doors for you this year. You know what happened? Keep going, keep going. Keep going, 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 keep going. You know what happened? When you see that there is an area in boxing, what do you do with that? When you see that he's missing that protection, this area, what do you do? Please don't close the door. You know what? We have to understand that we have to move from being a Sunday morning gathering group to being an army. If you are a Sunday morning gathering club, it's fine. Only always hit me, try to hit me this way. Always hit me this way. They hit me this way. And when God change the routine, instead of when God changes the punch, you say, He's not with me. I'm alone. He's not going to protect me. It's God closing a door to make you strong in another door. You've been fighting to open the door that He closed. And that's why you have a lot of resistance, but you are just fighting to close the door that He opened and to open the door that He closed. Let me keep going. People are not excited. Go down, Juan Quelito. We have the giant of indecision. Is that right? Indecision? I have seen more people doubting in this area and in the church than before. I have seen more people doubting right now than even trusting God in this area. After COVID-19, there's something that happened to us that we said we're not going to get COVID-19, and suddenly we got COVID-19. And something happened in the level of our faith that we went down. And right now it's hard to catch up, and we are I don't know what to do, when to do. You know, indecision is insecurity about the place of destination. You know you have a vision. You know He spoke clear to you. You know He told you what to do, when to do it, how to do it. But you know what happened when your present doesn't look like your future? It's when you get, I don't know if I'm in the right position. But let me tell you this, every time that He promised you something, it will come something different. If He promised you money, get ready for a season of lackness. If you promise a healing, get ready for a season of infirmity. Because He wants to make you strong before you get the breakthrough. You know, a lot of what we do, wait a second, Justin. A lot of what we do is this. You know, indecision comes with this: when, how, where. We always say when, how, where. And we are not sure because we know we heard it from God. Let me tell you this. I know that Family of Faith is called to be an apostolic sending center, but I don't know when, how, where. I know we are called to change the nations and the nation, but I don't know when, how, where. And my indecision comes when my present doesn't look like my future. And my indecision comes when he said, I'll promise you thousands, and I see hundreds. When, how, where. But if we can reconciliate when, how, where to the only thing that matters, that his word is established and he swore by himself and by his holiness that he's going to do it, the indecision will go away. Chris Gargas, before I give you the victory over addiction, you will have to go through addiction in your own family. And people will come and say, how Chris Gargas will eradicate addiction if he has addiction in his own family. And people will say that he is wrong. He's wrong. Nothing. No. I take a picture. If I want more, I will have less. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Whatever you're going through right now is the biggest confirmation that you're in the right place. If he promised you money and you are in the worst nightmare, you don't even have $1 to pay your gas or things like that, let me tell you this, you're not one step to brokenness, you're one step to breakthrough. You're not one step to get divorced. You're one step to restoration. You're not one step to destroy your family. You're one step to be whole. You're not one step. 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 And if you realize I'm not one step to giving up, I'm one step to my breakthrough. I'm not one step from indecision. I'm one step to see the victory, Justin. You know what? You want to be, let me just put an example. You want to be a professional fighter, and you want to be, this is your heart, and I support you as your spiritual father that you're going to be a professional fighter. But around you, there is a when, how, where. In the past, you were too gordo, too fat to do it. Now you're too skinny. Don't you see it that the same people that would say Hosanna will tell you crucify? Only one chapter away. Only one chapter away. The same people say Hosanna, the same people say crucify. People will tell you that it's not going to work. When you start fighting with people who will tell you how to do it, and when you make it, they will tell you they've always been with you. You know what it takes? It takes you to say, I know what I heard. And I don't know when, how, where, but I know what I heard. And what he's told me is that I'm going to be a professional fighter. I may be too skinny. I may be too fat. I may not be in shape. I may have the war against me. But what he said, he's going to do it. He's going to do it. I don't know if you're here with you. Pastor, I don't know when I'm going to do it. What he said. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know how, but he's going to say it. I don't know when, but he's going to do it. You know, indecision can make you lose the fight. I don't know about you, but you tell me, when you're fighting, is being in focus and knowing what to do is part of the winning the battle? Imagine you want to jump and want to punch, and suddenly, I don't know if I should. Maybe how, when, where. It's sometimes you don't even have to think about it. Sometimes you just have to follow. And sometimes as a trainer, I don't know, we haven't talked about it, but there's a trainer outside the ring that is seeing what you don't see. And maybe you can say, Justin, put your hands up, put your hands down, do something. We have to identify that we may be beating up at the enemy right now, but there is someone outside our ring telling you, put your hands up, put your hands down. It may look like I'm being beat up right now, but put your hands up, put your hands down. If we can just recognize the voice outside the ring, if we could just recognize that voice outside the ring, And another giant that we have is anxiety. And I'm just going to say it right now. Luke chapter 10, verse 38 to 42. I'm not going to read it, but it talks about Mary and Martha. Mary, there's one that was anxious. She was so anxious to make sure things happen and seeing things go around. And anxiety means independence from God. When you are anxious, you're independent from God. You already set your independency from God. This is when I'm anxious. I don't know if it wouldn't go work. I don't know how we're going to do it. As soon as you say that, you become independent from God. So the giant of anxiety, I don't know how many of you deal with that. I deal with that a lot. I don't know when, how, where. The stress is good now because I said, well, I know what He promised, but it doesn't look what we have right now. So anxiety will come and take your life. Stress is the other thing that will destroy your life. And this is the point that I want to take it. I want to take a couple of seconds. The stress is being overexcited. Stress is being overexcited. Can you tell me what happened with someone that is too excited in the ring? And they'll get rhythms. And they'll get the rhythm of the fight. Let's say JT is too excited, always punching. What will happen to him?
He'll get too tired.
Xander, can you give me the mic? What's going on?
He gets too excited. He's gonna blow all his energy before the finish of the fight.
What do you do? What is the first step of getting tired? What is the first thing you put down?
You can drop your hands first.
So as you drop your guard first?
On your guard.
So when you are overexcited and you don't know the rhythm of the fight, you get too excited giving punches, and the opponent, could the other one could be like really provoking you to punch to make you tired?
Yeah, he could bait you into wasting your energy.
Wasting, I love that part. Can you say that again?
Wasting your energy.
Wasting your energy. So sometimes I see people in the ring like this, in the corner, that it seems like they've been beat up, but I don't know if is that a strategy to make the other tired?
It could be a tactic. It's called a rope-a-dope. You kind of just let them wear themselves out. They kind of get tired beating up on you.
So you provoke the other one and say, hey, why don't you fight with me? Come on. Or you do a signal like, punch me.
Yeah, maybe you got really good defense and you can move your head and.
So you can be like this, and I can be beat. People would say, hey, he's really beating him out by like punching everything, but you're actually resting.
And now you're resting. Now I'm getting.
Don't really punch me because I want to keep my teeth.
Now I'm comfortable with this guy. He's just letting me hit him. So now I'm kind of getting relaxed here. My hands might start dropping a little bit. Now you have an opportunity, if I'm not careful, to throw a big shot.
Could it be, maybe you are a trainer. I maybe don't know anything. Could it be that the enemy sometimes is in the corner, and put you in the corner, and could it be that he is the enemy and he's always provoking me? Could it be that I'm like trying to hit him and trying to fight him, poof, trying to fight him and could it be that we just respond too fast to the enemy's provocation? Could it be that we get on Facebook and blast whatever we want to put on Facebook, and I agree with the enemy provocation? Could it be that the enemy just put something, they didn't look at me at church, and suddenly you start fighting with an invisible enemy, and the enemy's making you hit, and you think, I'm getting the victory, but suddenly I get tired because I've been too stressed, too excited, and he comes, and the enemy comes and do his job. Could that be? How you see that in a fight? Is that common?
Yeah.
Is that typical?
Yeah.
What if you're getting too tired because you're getting too excited? What if you have the wisdom to choose your battles? I love Jesus. Jesus came one time to a city and they said, hey, but what you do a miracle? Jesus said, no, not here, not now. And he left, and he went to a city and said, you guys are a bunch of this, and da 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 da. And he picked up a fire, and the other one says, do a miracle. Jesus said, no, I'm not going to do anything. And I saw Jesus not reacting to the enemy's provocation, but I put a set of my fight. I know that I cannot receive this phone call right now. Why would you take it? I know that I cannot deal with this situation right now. Why would you still walk in that situation? Giants that kill us. These giants will slow you down. These giants that will kill you. You know what? One of the giants that will really kill you will be, I love this part. I love this part. Will be the angel, the giant of provocation. We are getting to the point that it's going to be election year. And every time that we have election year, we divide the ring on blue and red. And we have these fake effects, and I'm going to open up my heart, okay? Can I open up my heart? People say Hispanic should vote Democrat because we're immigrants. And white people should vote Republicans. African Americans, black people should vote this way. You should vote, if you're an Indian, you should vote this way, you should vote that way. And what I see is the same provocation that is in the world comes to the church. So we start using language from the altar, from places, and start putting giants. And let me tell you, the last time I checked my citizenship, I always tell you this, I have 3 citizenships. I'm a little bit ahead of you. You only have 2. I have 3. I have Cuban citizenship, and every time I go to Cuba, I have to enter Cuba. And when you enter Cuba with an American passport, they say, welcome to Cuba. But to me, they say, welcome home. So Cuba is my home. I go back with my Cuban passport and say, welcome back home, citizen. I have a Cuban citizen that opened few doors. I have the American citizenship that opened many doors, but there's one citizenship that I belong that can open any single door that I feel. I belong to a party that is not in competition to anybody. I do not belong to a Democrat. Heaven is not a republic. Heaven is not a democracy. Heaven is about a king and his kingdom, and that's it. I'm not blue, I'm not red, I'm not a donkey, I'm not an elephant. I belong to the Lion of the tribe of Judah, and that is enough. No provocation. I respect if you want to vote blue. I respect if you want to vote red. I respect you, and you should do whatever you feel is according in alignment to your Christian values. But don't bring that here. We're not about this kingdom. We don't care. The last time I checked, my laws are in heaven. The last time I checked, my house is in heaven. The last time I checked, I have no debts in heaven. The last time I checked, my king's still on the kingdom, and he's still on the throne, and that's it. Don't get into that provocation. We're going to call you back. I know you have to go. Can we celebrate Austin? He has to go back. You've been a huge blessing for us. Thank you. Now, if you don't come every Sunday, we're going to go and hunt you. You may can take 1 or 2, but this is an army. Okay. Can you celebrate? Thank you. Choosing the right battle, the right fight, it's part of fighting against the giants. You know, I don't know if my wife remember this, but one time we were fighting a lot. You know her. Let me wait for her to go out. Close the door, please. She's out right now. You know her, she has a personality. I'm an angel, okay? She's an angel, but not just kidding. But in the beginning of our marriage, we were fighting for everything. Like, you didn't wash the dishes. That was a big fight. And she didn't wash the dishes, so I had to watch it. So she take all the clothes and put it in places, and I have to go back and organize all the clothes. And So I was cooking the whole time and cleaning out the dishes, and she was watching TV the whole time. Huh? And she was working outside. I was at home doing nothing the whole time, and when she came back from for the job, and I was just making, no, it was all the way around. But we were fighting for everything until we found this revelation, Justin. This revelation changed our marriage. We sat down, and every time we have a discussion, we say, there's 3 laws or 3 stepping points or whatever of our relationship. One is, before we step into a fight, is this bringing us close to God? No. It's not worth it to fight for. Is this taking us to a different level? No. It's not worth it to fight for. Is this bringing any reward to our marriage? No. It's not worth to fight for. If we can keep these 3 things for every battle in our life, we will be able to choose our fights. Before you step into a fight with your neighbor, with your husband, with everything, you step by and say, is this going to bring us close to God? Yes, so let's just discuss about it. Is this going to bring us as a couple to a different level? No, let's not talk about it. Is this going to change us? Is this going to give us any reward as a marriage? No. Why are we still talking about it? So that's how you kill the giant provoking you all the time. Ask these 3 questions. I'm almost finishing right now. Because the last giant is the one that I'm getting excited. The giant of expectation. Can you go ahead, one kid? Let me get romantic right now. Expectation will kill every single one in your house, every single church, you know what? A lot of people put expectation on the pastor, and pastor uses the same bathroom that you do. And we struggle the same thing that you struggle with. The only thing is we have our problems and yours. So when you set expectations in people, let me tell you this, everybody that you put expectation on will destroy it. So expecting something, expectations are when you have dreams that are not met, when you have something that are not met. I expecting you to visit me because I visited you when you were sick. I expected you to come to the hospital, but you don't know that my daughter had fever the whole 3 days with fever. Let's just put an example. And you come and say, Pastor never came to visit me, but you don't know that in that moment he needed a visitation too. So when we drop the expectation, our heart gets clean. Even the expectation in our marriage. And this is what happened. We get married without having the right. I have somebody come and say, I cannot wait to get married. And I say in front of everybody, that was mad bad. I should have talked to him face to face. But the person said, I'm ready to get married. And I said, what are you getting married for? What is your desire to get married? He said, I don't have anybody, but I want to know someone to make me happy. I said, buddy, you're about to fail 3 times. You're about to break you. I am not married because I'm incompleted. I'm married because I already put my caca together, put my business together, and I'm ready to add value to someone. I'm not empty, so I'm getting married for somebody to fill me out because Leanne cannot fill me. There's nothing that she can do that can fill the empty spaces in my heart. I'm already whole. I'm already chosen. I know who I am. I know him, and now I'm adding value to someone else. I'm not coming to the marriage with an attitude of receiving. I'm coming to the marriage with an attitude of giving. Isaiah chapter 9, it talks about a child that was born, and you know that we read that in a son, a prince of peace, a warrior. And you know what happened? Many people thought that Jesus was coming as a warrior. Expectation for the Israelites made them lose their Messiah. The Jews are still looking for the Messiah. And we are a little bit more far away from them, and we already got it. It came 2,000 years ago. But they were expecting God to come as a warrior, and he came as a prince of peace. They were expecting God to come as the one that would deliver them from them and from the Romans. And Jesus came as the one who delivered them from sin. So when you have expectation on how God has to do it, and when He has to do it, and where He has to do it, you lose. What if what you need, you already have it? What if every breakthrough in your life is already there, but you don't see it? What if that moment, that revival, that movement, what if you already have it, Pastor Nahum? What if what we've been looking for, we already have it? What if the business you're looking for, you already have it? What if whatever you're looking right now, you already have it, but you don't see it? The giant of expectation can blind you for reality. It will make you slave of people's action. It will put you weight. It will put weight in the people around you. It will destroy your marriage. It will destroy your church. It will destroy government. It will destroy everything. When I put expectation in you, I'm already set you as my God. Don't put expectation in anybody. Let me tell you, I promise you that I'm going to fail you. I promise you that. Now or later, I will fail you. I will not meet your expectations. I will not be there when you want me there. I will not say the right words when you want me to say the right words. I may be absent when you need me present. I'm just going to put it right there. I will do it. I cannot meet your expectations. I will never do it. And maybe it's a work in our lives to only depend on Him. The last giant that I want to talk this morning, and with this I'm closing, is a giant that we don't know it's there, but it's a giant of let it go. And we sing the song, let it go, let it go, I can't afford it anymore. Is that the part of the let it go? Do you know that song? Sinner. You should be singing, you should be watching Christian movie, not witchcraft. You're fire. Come on, can somebody boo Juan Carlitos for not? Just kidding. Oh, you take me out for lunch, I will fix this. One of the things that I've learned with this letting go thing is, as a Cuban, I have realized something, that I was not made for this weather. All right, I got that in the first week that I was in Ohio. My skin is like Aquaman. I'm Aquaman. I have to be close to the water. I truly, when I go to Cuba, I breathe. I even get stronger. I have more chest, my arms. I have the like six packs and things like that. And I love when I go to Cuba because I get sexy. In Ohio, I become fat. Somehow there is a spirit that will overtake my belly, and this right here, I don't know why, but some of you know. I mean, a lot of people are seeing right here has the same problem that I have. But when you know what? I'm a water man. I have to be close. I was born in an island. The breeze, and I become like, I heal my body. My hair gets beautiful. But when I came to Ohio, let me just tell you this. When I go to Cuba, I do not bring any coats with me, any long shirts and things like that. It's hot. It's very hot. So I have to realize that every season have different clothing. I have to realize that the destination that I'm taking has a different type of clothing. I have realized that when I'm at, I have to get some dress, but where I'm going, this may not work. Our problem is we are in the summer with coats. Our problem is that we get to the winter with shorts and flip-flops. And everybody's fine and you're struggling, and you think I'm struggling because I may not be in the right season, or you are in the right season. You haven't identified that you have to let go some things and put some things on. Only a couple people got it. That's good. Let me repeat it again so I see some of you will get it. Imagine 3 degrees outside, freezing cold weather. And we have Justin, that skinny that he is right now, sexy. coming out the shorts and things that he may do because he's a little bit crazy. But coming Justin outside with 2 degrees outside coming, and in winter it's going to be freezing. And people will say, don't you realize where you are right now? The season you are? Don't you realize that this is a season for FFCC to grow? We have been experiencing for the last 3 weeks a growth. There's about 20, 30 people that are not here this morning because they are sick. And look at this house. We have never been like this in a long time. Don't you realize? So it's as important of knowing where you are. It's as important to know what should I bring to this season. What tools should I bring to this season? Our problem, is this. When we want to kill our giants, we always have a soul that wants us to wear his armor. And Saul will tell you, hey, last time I fought with a giant, I did this, and you come and say, well, if you did it this way, let me know. And God said, tell me how I've been doing with you. I've been killing with a piece of rock, been killing bears and lions, and I was just barely lions, and that's worse, but this is worse. This is a giant. And God said, I have not called you to wear somebody's clothes. I have called you to identify what season are you right now and get the tools and the ingredients that you need for the season so you can let go and take on something and finally overcome it. I don't know if this makes sense. No te pongo muy romántico, Juansi. No te me río. You know what? There's some things that my Father, give me the wisdom. I don't know if they are getting it or not. Traumas can become 2 things. Traumas in your life can become a stop sign of a weapon. Traumas can become a stop sign or a weapon. Traumas can become a stop sign or a weapon. Trauma can become a stop sign or a weapon. For those who like their life, they become a stop sign. I'm not going to conquer because of what they did. I'm not going to conquer because I came from a horrible family. I'm not going to move forward, Pastor, because you don't know my past. I'm too stressed. I'm too anxious. And things like all the traumas that I've been going through my life. I'm going to keep the same coat for the whole entire season. It's raining, I keep my coat on. It's hot like hell, I keep my coat on. It's spring, it's raining, I keep my coat on. And people around me are seeing me struggling. And I got good seasons and bad seasons. It is not God's will for you to get good seasons and bad seasons. You just haven't changed your clothes. I'm choosing to use my traumas as a sword against my enemy. David, when he went to kill the second he went to fight, he said, give me a weapon. He said, the only sword that we have here is the Goliath sword. He said, give me the sword of my trauma. Give me the sword of my divorce. Give me the sword of my brokenness. Give me the sword of when they touched me when I was a baby. Give me the sword of my abuse. Give me the sword of what they did to me. I'm going to use that to deliver people from their hell. What I've been going through, I may not know what you've been going through. What I know is that can be used as a weapon. Pastor, they touched me when I was a baby. Now you get up and you deliver women from that area. I got divorced and they broke my heart. Now you get up and you deliver those people from that area. I've been broken too many times. Now you've been broken, you're healed. Go help someone that have been broken right now. Letting it go is as powerful as holding. Elder Kurt he asked me a question, and I'm finishing. Listen to this one. This is the last point, okay? Elder Kurt put me on the spot on Wednesday night. He said, what is the difference between let it go and give up? Because it looks like the same. The point is this. Give up and letting go, there's something in common: surrender. In common is surrender. When you give up, you don't revisit. When you let go, you trust that He will bring it back again. Is this making sense? Let me put you an example right here. Peter was cleaning empty nets of depression because he was working the whole entire night. That was a sign of giving up. Giving up, I'm giving up. I'm not going to try again. I'm going to give up. I'm going to clean my empty nets. You know what cleaning empty net means? It's dishonoring. Professional people, you fish, and that's what you do. You know where the place is, you know the moon, you know everything, and you come back and people watch you cleaning your empty nets. The empty nets of your disaster, the empty nets of your childhood, the empty nets of all the defeat that you have had from multiple giants, the empty nets of showing everybody how wrong you've done in life. That is giving up. But suddenly the Lord came and said, would you try it one more time? Would you try one more time? And that was the decision of giving up or let go. If he want to let go and giving up, he would say, no, that's fine. I'm not going to try anymore. But the sign of not giving up but letting it go said, I am going to do it right now on your name, not on mine. So if you want me to throw that, I will do it. I challenge you right now to do it one more time. Try one more time. It didn't work. Try one more time. That business didn't work. Try one more time. That marriage didn't work. Try one more time. Try one more time. Try one more time. As I'm closing this morning, I just feel the precious presence of the Holy Ghost in this house. Some of you have been fighting against the same giant over and over, and he's been tormenting you. Justin, he's been taking your lunch. He's been feeding you. He's been stealing your house, stealing your lunch. He's been doing a lot of stuff. Your marriage has been a disaster because of pornography in your house. You know, pornography takes 19 seconds to get in your mind and 19 years to take it out. And you've been fighting against the giant of pornography. You've been fighting against the giant of poverty. You've been fighting against the giant of low self-esteem. But this is the morning when you have to say, I am letting it go, my trauma, my situation. And for the first time in my life, I'm going to own what I have and I'm going to fight that giant. I'm going to call you guys for a second right now. And I'm going to call you to this. Eduardo, coge el piano, Giancarlo bajo, y Pancho, y Juan Carlito la batería. I'm going to call you up right now. And make sure you come if you really want to change. If you don't really want to change, just stay where you are. I'm going to call you right now to do a prophetic act. And this may sound weird to you, but I see a lot of prophetic acts in the Bible when the Bible says, let's take down Jericho. And people say, well, okay, let's just fight. No, God said, no, shout. Shout it out. Scream. I mean, that doesn't make sense. It's a prophetic act. It's a prophetic act. What do we have? Jesus couldn't make thousands of fish and bread and all. He said, what do you have? A couple things here about fish and some bread and everything. He said, well, I'm going to use what you have. You may be waiting for God to give you an experience, and maybe He wants to use your trauma. You may be waiting for a weapon, and you already have it. What if you can use your pain as a weapon? I don't know if you feel the presence of the Holy Spirit. Pastor Nathan, what if you can take your trauma and build it all the way back and create a weapon against the devil? What if you can do that? What if you stop complaining today and for once and for all you say, I'm taking it, I'm doing it.